Change number 1. We need more customization in the game. Now, when I say more customization, I'm really talking about one thing in specific, and it's the boost color. Because as you'll know, for the avatar, the default boost color is actually blue. Now, this is fine. As you can see, my avatar right now is a Metal Sonic, so it's pretty normal. However, if I was to change over to something like this Super Classic Sonic, you'll notice that the boost color really doesn't fit the avatar at all. And this is really annoying, especially for some awesome custom Sonic avatars that just really don't fit this blue design. To fix this, maybe we could head over to Tails' workshop right here and get the option to, like, I don't know, maybe customize our boost color and sort of just like change things up. Maybe it would be a little bit more unique, and maybe we could have presets, maybe we could get a gradient, plus maybe we could see some special effects like these music notes when you boost from the Rockstar skins or some stars from the Supers. Change number 2. There should be a locker or a clothing system in the game. Now, it's weird to think how this one would work, but if you come all the way over to your Sonic Speed Simulator character inventory, you might have a ton of characters. This would also include a ton of these reskins, which, whilst it's honestly pretty cool to see all these different variants, it can get really annoying when filtering for a character. And this was kind of aided by the search bar, but if you don't remember the name of a skin and just want to kind of look for it, it can take ages to find it. Which, to fix, I think that basically we could just see like an individual section for each character. For example, one right here for Sonic, one for Avatar, maybe Tails could be here, Knuckles, Amy, Big, Rouge. And maybe you could like click on it and bring up a separate menu or something where there you could adjust like the headpiece they're wearing, the gloves, the body piece, the shoes, the leggings. It would give so much more customizability. Plus, in events, maybe instead of just having like skins as rewards, for example, right here, for the individual quests, we could have, I don't know, maybe like for one of these, we could have Rockstar Silver's headpiece, his gloves, his shoes. Pretty much everything could kind of come together, and it would be really awesome. So for example, we could split out the skin between both passes, so that if you want to customize, maybe you want his glasses, his visors, on maybe, I don't know, Santa's shoes, that could work. And it would be really unique. It would offer so much more customizability, and I feel like it would also give GameFam like a huge opportunity to make more paid items, because that's kind of what they're going for nowadays. We could maybe see like a clothes store, where for example right here, you could see these different clothing items, and it would be really interesting and really unique. Change number 3. The UI needs to be changeable. Now, if you didn't know, recently we had a UI update that made the game look really weird, because the main quest was up at the top here and the levels were down here on the side. Except I'm pretty sure they've actually started to revert that in different servers, which is really good news, because people absolutely love this UI. Except I actually really like the old SSS UI from before it was reborn. So I think you should definitely get the option to choose where your UI is. Maybe like, I don't know, you could probably choose to keep these quick actions on the left side here. These could be maybe be adjustable to the top. I don't know, these could probably come down here, honestly. I feel like this could all be condensed into a bigger menu. But for now it's okay, except I do think it would be really awesome and needed change. Change number 4. We need more activities to do inside the game. You're probably going to be confused by this, because you might think there's a lot to do in the game. But when you think about it, it's actually pretty bare bones. For example, right now we can complete races, do the fast pass, spin wheels, maybe trade, complete events, do what? The tornado assault. Let's come over here and let's check it out. We can do the Eggman boss fight, the tornado assault, race, let's see, more boss fights. So it's all pretty repetitive, just boss fights, races, trading, and grinding. I feel like there's so many more things that we could see in the game, like for example a tag game mode, which we already know that the developers are really good at, since we have seen it in the game in the past. If they brought it back, I feel like it could be so much better for the game. Plus, just to make sure that these servers aren't really dead so that nobody's playing them, similar to the Trading Hub, we could have separate servers for racing and separate servers for a tag game, so that people there are actually really into playing. Because if you're on a normal server, it's probably going to be really hard to find someone to trade with. It's the exact same for races. Change number 5. A form of polls to decide events needs to be included. Now, whilst this is a more minor and subtle change, I definitely think that there could be a use of polls, like, I don't know, maybe after each event, to ask players how they liked it, what they preferred the most, what they preferred the least, and maybe on their Discord server we could possibly get some engagement in terms of what event we want to see next. For example, they could announce, I don't know, maybe 4 events and ask which one we want to see next, and say, you know, maybe the next few events, they might never come, or they might just come in the next few updates. Honestly, a must-have feature, plus it would engage the community so much more, and would possibly bring back some respect to GameFam. Change number 6. The secret world should be added to the fast travel menu. Now, this one is more of just a quality of life change, and I think it could be really useful, since the secret worlds hold a ton of love in people's hearts. For example, Chemical Plant or Lost Valley OG. It's really annoying to have to go to the respectable worlds, then find the secret entrance. For example, to get to the Hilltop OG, I would first of all have to head to Hilltop Zone, then I'd have to navigate to the back of the map, then I'd have to complete that agonizing obby, which is all so much just for like 5 minutes of enjoyment in a world. And I think it would be so much more beneficial to have secret worlds hidden away in some sort of tab all the way back here. Plus, if they really wanted to keep them hidden, plus just to keep them even more hidden, maybe we could see a feature where, like, for example, they're literally not here, like we don't even see a circle, but then if I unlocked one, it would show up here. Because the secret worlds aren't really secrets anymore, considering literally hundreds of thousands of people have the badges to unlock them. Change number 7. There should be more types of quests to complete. Now, this kind of links to the thing about the activities and all, and I actually think that this is really important, because nowadays the only quests that we get are things like collecting doubloons for the Pirates event, maybe destroying badniks, destroying some type of special object, and kind of just collecting things. And it's getting really, really repetitive, and if you didn't know, this was Sonic Speed Simulator's biggest problem back in the days, because all of the events were focused around collecting things, e.g. doubloons. People really hated this, and that's what made the game pay to win. Honestly, it feels like they might be returning to this position, but I think this could easily be solved, because as you guys can see, we have so many fun different things that we can do, like Railgun Points, Chaos Orbs, and Badniks. These just aren't enough now because of the amount of events we're getting, so maybe some diversity could help. Change number 8. Things should be spread apart inside the game. At a glance, this one is gonna seem really weird, because you might be thinking, Mikhail, everything is spread out. But I have a really good way to look at this. First of all, let's put a super skin on and turn Green Hill to night mode. Now guys, as you can see, we're flying over Green Hill, and as you can see, literally everything unique is huddled up at spawn, and the rest of the world is kind of just dead. And this is really, really weird, because the game has really cool environments, and I really liked when we had different things like the time trials were all spread out, and for example, we still have a time trial there, but there isn't really anything else. For example, races used to be all the way back out here. We used to have an event hub back here. Things just felt spread out. But right now the game feels kind of cluttered, and it feels like they kind of just want to throw everything onto you at spawn. That isn't helped by the fact that other worlds are even worse than this, because other worlds don't even have this much at spawn. For example, Lost Valley, which only has like a few events. It kind of reminds me of Pet Simulator X, where we had like, 200 areas, and 1 in every 10 areas would have something, and then the others would all be bare bones, plain and simple. I feel like it could really be solved if we spread things out. For example, a Chow machine right here, maybe, I don't know, a Mastery machine down under here, another event somewhere here, and sort of just that stuff to spread things out across the game, so that it felt like they were actually putting effort into these locations and not just slapping them on spawn. Change number 9. The subscribe button down below should say subscribed. Now guys, of course, this one is just a joke, but please make sure you've hit that subscribe button, because it's free, easy, and it'll help me out a ton on my journey to 4,000 subscribers. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!